Hello everybody, it's Wendy, and today we are going to talk about Coreana chain. So I've had a lot of questions about Coreana chain, how strong it is, how to finish it, what colors it comes in, just basic things like that. So today I am going to do a little tutorial on how to finish your Coreana chain. And I have some necklaces here that I have to finish, and I thought it would be the perfect time just to go ahead and show you guys how to finish it, and just, I don't know, some things about the Coreana chain. So I have these little pendants here, and I'm making these for my church. They have a mustard seed in the middle, and I've poured resin. You know, the Bible says that if you have faith, all the faith God requires of you is that of a mustard seed. So that is a tiny little mustard seed. To give you some reference, there is my dime. So see how tiny the little mustard seed is. So we are going to do a ministry on Saturday with the homeless, and we wanted to have some pendants to give away that show the mustard seed and just how tiny it is, and how that's all the faith that God requires of you. And so I've made up a bunch of these. I actually have a bunch more that I've already finished, but I finished them with cords, and these I'm going to finish with Coreana chain. So I was going to show you guys how this is done. So alrighty, so we'll get started. And I've got four different ways you can finish your Coreana chain. Okay, so let me show you the Coreana chain first. So this is Coreana chain right here. It is very thin beading chain. So most beads will fit on here. I've had some pearls that wouldn't, because the holes in pearls are notoriously small, but like this one I believe will. Sure, it does. Some very small, some seed beads will fit, some seed beads won't. This is a Delica, and I don't know if it'll go on here or not. Let's try it and see. You just have to try and see the Delica won't go on here. So you just have to try and see what what beads will fit on your Coreana. So before you bead anything with it, just, stick your beads in there, make sure that they're gonna go. All right, so it comes in this silver color. It comes in a gold, and I'm trying to find my rose gold one so I can show you that it also comes in rose gold. Here it is. Okay, so here we have, this is actually platinum, and she buys the platinum because the silver is not lead, nickel, and cadmium free. The platinum is, but the platinum looks just like, it looks fine with silver, so there's no reason that you wouldn't want that. So here's the platinum, here's the rose gold, and here's the gold. And then I think there are a couple other colors available, possibly a gunmetal, and I'm not sure what else, but you can get on the website. I will link the website below in the description bar, and you can get on there and look and see what colors it comes in. But these are the three that I have. Okay, and we're going to be working with the silver today. So this chain is very strong. It is not going to break easily on you. There is no reason to worry about that. I've never had it break. It is very strong. It's good, good strong chain. And if you can see, it has no way to end it. So you have to have a way to finish this. So that's what we're going to do today. So the first way that you can finish the Coreana chain is with these ribbon ends or cord ends. Now, this is not my favorite way. Let me say that right up front. I don't like to use this method, and the reason that I don't like to use it is I struggle with these things. They never work right for me, or at least most of the time they don't work right for me. But we're going to give them a try. So let me get a toothpick out here, and you'll see the need for that in just a moment. Okay, so let's do this guy first. So all I'm going to do, now he's hanging, if you look, he's hanging like this. I'm going to need a jump ring to put him on, otherwise he's going to hang sideways. So let's grab a jump ring. And open them, they're stuck together. Alright, so let's go ahead and put this jump ring on here and put him on the chain. Now I'm not going to bead on the chains today, I'm just using the plain chain, but you definitely can put beads on it and it would look really pretty. But today I'm just going to show you how to just do the regular old chain with no beads. So you want to make sure that your jump ring is closed really well, and mine is not, because you don't want it to fall off, obviously. Okay, so there's what we have when we put it on the chain. We've got a nice little pendant there. Alright, so how we're going to finish this little dude is we are going to take the Coreana chain. I always use E6000 when I do this, just because it makes me feel more secure and I don't have to worry that the chain is ever going to come out. Not that it would, because once you mash the little things down here, it's going to be pretty solid in there anyway, but I don't know. I just like to do this. It makes me feel better. So I put a little E6000 in there. Now, these things and I do not get along, so let's just see if we can do this today. Okay, so you lay your chain right in your glue in here. And the way I do this, because I have such trouble with these things, is I grab a hold, I put the chain out the top to where I can grab a hold of the chain, just a tiny bit. You don't want it sticking out real far, but the chain and that loop. Okay, so I hold them both right here. Then I take my plier, and the idea is to fold this guy over. So let's see if I can. I'm not good at these things at all, but I wanted to show you that this is an option for finishing this chain. Alright, so there we got that one folded over. I mash them down really good. Okay, then we're going to flip it around. And this is the side I always have trouble with. The second side. And you just got to grab it however you can and try to fold it over. I hate these things. I don't like them, but they are a way to finish Coreana chain. So there you have it. Okay, so that's in there. Pull on it, it's not coming off. It's secure. So there is your one side. Let's do the other side. Same old, same old. Stick the chain out. Whoops. Just a little so you can grab it. And the loop and just hold it. Okay. Hopefully this guy will do as good as the other one did. Fold it over. I don't even know what these things are called. I just call them cord ends, but maybe they're fold over cord ends. I'm not sure, but don't waste your money. It's better just to use the clam. And there, we've got them folded over. And that one's surprisingly easy. Usually it's not that easy. Okay, so there you have it though. Two little connectors, and then you would put, let me see if I have one thick enough to do a lobster on. You would put the loop to hook your lobster through. And then we'll put our lobster clasp on. That jump ring was weird. Let's try a different one. I'm going to have to order some silver jump rings. I'm running out of them. Okay, we'll put our lobster on here. Make sure your jump ring's closed up real well. It's looking pretty good. Okay, and there you have it. So this is a really professional looking way to end your Coreana chain. And the only reason I don't like it is just because these little things are so difficult to work with. I don't know, I just have a really hard time getting them folded over right. But it makes a really pretty chain for a pendant. And I don't ever feel like I need to do anything else to this Coreana chain. I feel like it looks finished, it looks professional and beautiful. So there is one pendant. Let's put him back here. Okay, so the next way to finish the Coreana chain is using these little metallic clasps. So Shirley has these on the website at Budget Bead Box. Let me just get them apart because they like to stick together. Okay, so the way we're going to do this one, okay, if you see there's a small hole on one end of this clasp and a larger hole on the other end. So what we're going to do is we're going to stick the chain in the small hole. Wait, we got to put our pendant on. That would be helpful. Oh, watch me forget to do that, and then I'd be really messed up. I'd have to cut the chain. All right, let's put the pendant on. I'm having issues this morning. I'm just not dealing with the small stuff very well, like this little teeny stuff very well this morning for some reason. I don't know what's going on with me. All right, get your chain on there. And if you hear loud booming in the background, we're not being bombed. It's Fort Bragg. I don't know what they're doing over there, blowing things up apparently. So don't be alarmed. Okay. We were very alarmed when we first moved here, but now we are no longer alarmed. Now we know. Alright, so we need some crimp beads. Okay, so for this, you do want to use small crimp bead, okay? Don't use a big one, because it's got to be able to go through this big hole. Even though this hole looks fairly large, you know, it needs to be, the crimp bead can't be huge. So I actually may grab out of my stash here and see if I have even a smaller one, because I don't want it to get stuck on the outside of the thing. I'm sorry, I just hit the camera. Yeah, you want a fairly tiny one for this. I'm not seeing any that are any smaller than what I've got out here. Here's a gold one that's tiny. I don't even think that'll fit on the chain, though. And it doesn't, I mean, it could be gold. It doesn't really have to be, yeah, that's not even going to go on there. It doesn't have to be silver, but, because it's going to be up inside there. You're not even going to see it. Okay, well, I guess the ones I had out were about as small as I have. So we'll try this and see if it fits inside the hole. I hope it will. Alright, so here we go. Let's put the crimp bead on. The problem is when you smash it, it gets flat. I wonder if I can use my pliers. See, I'm not good with these crimp pliers either. But let me try these. Are these the micro ones? No, these are regular ones. Here's the micro ones. Okay, I'm not good with these pliers. I don't really know quite how they work. Okay, we're going to try them though. Okay, so the thing you're going to do is you're going to stick the Coreana in the small hole of the magnetic clasp. Pull it out here, put your crimp bead on. I had to change my beading mat because I spilled Goo Gone on my other one yesterday and I was like fumigating. It smelled horrible in here. Okay, now let me look at this plier because I know one of them flattens it and one of them rounds it. Okay, the second hole looks like it's going to flatten it. If I put it in there, we shall see. Okay, that made a little flat. Now let's see if this one will round it. It's supposed to. These never, ever, 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 ever work for me. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. And see, that's the crimp I get when I try to use these crimping pliers. It's horrendous. That does not... How do people use these things? Okay, I just pulled the whole crimp bead back off. I'm not using that. We're just going to take our chances here and see if we can get this to work. How do people even... I don't even know. I don't know. Those are horrible, those pliers are. They don't work. In my opinion, you just saw what I did, and I don't know what I did wrong, so... We're not doing that. Okay, so let's put him on here. This apparently will only work if you have tiny crimp bead and you have crimping pliers that you can actually use. So we'll see here. Okay, so I'm going to flatten it out. Now see, the problem is when you flatten it out, it becomes too flat and big to fit through this hole. That's the problem with this finishing. Otherwise, it would work great. But, like I said, and my pliers sticking to the... Let me try to go this way with it a little bit. Yeah, this would be a great way to finish it, but maybe I can take the crimping plier and make it round and out. Maybe if I go in this front hole here, it'll round it out now. I doubt it. No, that just opened it back up. Alright, well, we're not going to finish this one this way, but you get the idea, okay? So what you would do is take it in the small hole, crimp it with your little crimp bead, and then pull it back down into the bigger hole. But, you know, obviously I can't get my little crimp bead round because I don't know how to use my pliers. So if anybody can help me, I could use some help with this. I'm going to try it one more time just out of the... Okay, so they say you put it in the back hole first, right? And crimp it. That's supposed to give it that little, and it does. And then you're supposed to be able to put it in the front hole and round it off. And see, mine just never turn out right. That doesn't look good. It just doesn't. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Let's see if it'll go down in the hole, though. Well, it does go down in the hole this time, so that's good. Alright, so... this is going to work out after all. I'm not refilming this video, guys. You can sit through my bloopers. So let's put a little dab of glue on there. And I am going to cut off the excess on this wire, just so it's not sticking out the top of the thing. And then you pull it down in there and let it dry. And see? It does look good when it works right. Okay, let's try the other end. I don't know if that was just a fluke or if I did the pliers right for once. So here's another little crimp bead. So you put your thing on here. Okay. Make sure you put it in the small hole first, and then you put the crimp bead on. So just fast forward through the bloopers. I'm so sorry, but I'm figuring this out too. I still don't know it all. Okay, so I guess it's this back one that you put it in first. I clearly do not know it all. Okay, so let's crimp that down, and that does make it a little Y shape. Maybe I've figured these out after all. And then you go there. I still don't think that looks good. Like, I would not want that showing on my necklace. I would rather flatten it than have it do that. But it does work for the purpose of this right here. So let's get this off. But I'm still not convinced that I'm doing that right, because I think it's supposed to make a little ball, and mine doesn't do that. Mine, I don't know. I just don't know. Okay, so let's pull this down in here. And it does make a really good finishing to your Coreana chain. If you do it right, there you have it. So I really do like that. I like that a whole lot. But like I said, I fuss with the crimp beads to get them to go in there, but that did work out. So maybe I figured my pliers out. I don't know. But it's a very strong connection. I mean, I have to pull really hard to get that apart. So that's another one that's really cool. Okay, and then we have a couple more here. So these are the clam shells. Now this is an open loop clam shell. This is not my favorite, but I'm going to show you how it works. But if you can see, the clam shell here has a little hole right in there. So we're going to take our Coreana chain. This one's already got a little jump ring attached to this bail. So I'm going to go ahead and just stick it through. And all I did on this, guys, this is just a ring. It's a just a closed ring. I lay these on packing tape, these closed rings. Like, I lay the packing tape with the sticky side up. What I do is I put the packing tape down, sticky side up, then I take two pieces of the packing tape and put them sticky side down, touching the ones, you know, so it makes it flat. It makes it stick down onto the table or whatever work surface you're working on flat and won't let it move. And then I put all these little rings on there. See, these are toggle clasps right here. All three of these are toggle rings. And I just put them on the tape with the sticky side up, and I press them down, and I make sure that they're sealed all the way around, just like that. And then you can pour your resin in there, put your little mustard seed in the middle, and it's going to dry, and then you can just pull the tape off, and it fills in the bezel. And so it'll leave some tape residue on there, and you just take the Goo Gone. That's why I had Goo Gone out here yesterday and spilled it on my beading mat. But you just take the Goo Gone and get your sticky off, and you have a perfect little, clear resin pendant. And then this one, it didn't have a loop on it. It was just a regular ring, so I drilled a hole with my hand drill and just put a pinch bell on there. See that? And it works great. Okay, so mini tutorial on pouring resin, but what we're doing is these today. Okay, so we're going to take this, and the first thing you want to do is stick the chain through the hole in the bottom of your clam. Okay, and then we're just going to take our little crimp bead. That one's too big. Okay, go ahead and put it on there. Okay, crimp it down, and I'm not using the crimping pliers for this dude because he's going to be inside that clamshell, and I'm not even worried about it. Take it up to the top. You know, you don't need any sticking out hardly, and just crimp it down really good. I crimp them real tight, and I'm going to take my E6000, and I'm going to pull my clamshell up to the top like that. Put just a tad of E6000 in there. And then I'm just going to close it up. Okay? But now if you notice, we've still got an open loop. So you're going to have to close this loop. So what I do is I take my chain nose pliers. I get to the very, very tip of this, and I just roll it. And I try to roll it as many times as I can till it's rolled up. And it almost makes it like a split ring. Like, you don't want to just bend it down and leave it. You want to try to roll it until it's, rolls in on itself almost. So it makes a pretty good little loop there. So it's not going to come open on you. Alright, so let's do the other side. So we've got our clam here. We're going to stick the Coreana in the bottom. Put on our crimp bead. Okay. Mash this down real good. Put a little dab of glue. Move our clamshell up. And close it up. Okay. Then take the round nose plier and roll it as tight as we can get it. Okay. And then you just take your lobster. And we're going to put a ring on for the lobster to clasp to. Make sure it's closed up really good there. And then we'll put our lobster on. Make sure it's closed up really good. And there you have it. So this is another way to finish your Coreana. That looks very professional and is very sturdy. See, I'm pulling on it. And it makes a great little pendant. So there's that one. Now we have one more way that we can finish this Coreana chain. So let's put him on. I actually may make earrings out of those. They'd make cute little earrings. Let's do this guy. Alright, so these are clams as well, clam shells. Same thing as the other one, except for they have a closed loop on the end. This is my favorite kind because you just don't have to you don't have to worry, you know, about that loop coming undone on the end of the clamshell or anything like that. So let's put this guy on a jump ring, close him up. Alright, put your Coreana chain in there. And we're going to finish this the same way that we did the last one. Grab a couple crimps. Okay, so you put your clamshell on first. Always remember that. I like to grab the crimp and put the crimp on first, and then I've crimped it and I have to cut the chain because I didn't put my clamshell on. I do that often. More often than I want to admit, but I do. Alright, so then you get your little crimp bead on there. Flatten him down real good. Okay, put some glue in there. The glue is totally not necessary. I mean, not, you know, mandatory. Let's say that. I think it is necessary. It's not mandatory, obviously, but I feel like it really will give it a lot more security. Okay, and then we close it up. And if you can see, you've already got your closed loop, so you don't have to worry about closing anything up there. You know, it's just closed already. I'm going to stick this one in here. This on, crimp on. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and crimp that down real good. Perfect. Put a little glue. And close it up. Okay. So then we'll go ahead and put our lobster on our closure. Same way we did the other one. Okay. Let's go ahead and put this one on. And there you have it. Another easy way to finish your Coreana chain. This is the easiest way, in my opinion. My favorite way too, because I feel like it's very secure as well. Okay, and look at that. Very professional closure. So that is 4 different ways that you can finish Coreana chain. You've got your closed ring lobster. You've got your cord ends, or whatever they're called, fold over cord ends. You've got your open ring, I said closed ring lobster, I meant closed ring clam. You've got your open ring clam, and you've got your magnetic, oh my goodness, yeah, look at that. You've got your magnetic clasp. So 4 ways to finish Coreana chain, and yeah, so I hope this video helps. I've had a lot of people ask questions. I get all my Coreana chain on budgetbeadbox.com. I will put the link in the description bar below, and it comes in 2-meter increments and is very affordable. I'm not even sure. I can't remember how much it is, but it's not very much. And I've priced it other places and it's expensive. So great place to get it, budgetbeadbox.com. Alright guys, I'm gonna go. It's about time for me to get ready for work already. And you guys, check out my website. I'll provide the link to that also in the description bar below. Like and subscribe to the channel. I am trying to grow it. I'm almost at 3,000 subscribers, so I'm really excited about that. So yeah, and I am getting ready to film a couple more tutorials that'll be up in the next couple of days. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!